Check Tiger with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Another pleasant day around the Central Coast today. Dan, we'll take it.
Yeah, not too bad out there at all. Let's take a live look from Domenico's on the wharf. We've got some sunshine in Monterey at this hour. Not looking too bad out there. We've had a few low clouds. There's a seagull or some sort of gull flying by. Apparently a lot of the gulls around here aren't necessarily like straight seagulls. I think there's like western gulls and maybe gully gulls and other sorts of gulls. Gabagool. Something like that. You can get that in an Italian place around here. Either way, looking pretty nice in Monterey right now, but we do have some low clouds out there. Temperatures today, actually a little bit above normal for most locations, but I wanted to take a quick look back at the month of July and talk about July temperatures. Here is a look at what we experienced out there across the region. Now we're going to compare our average July temperatures to the normal values and see where we ended up. For Salinas, for example, the average July temperature was around 65 degrees. That is a sum of all of the highs and lows that are averaged out, and normally should be around 63. We're around 65, so we're about 2 degrees above normal. Monterey just about a degree above normal. Watsonville right around normal. King City, or I should say Gilroy, about 2 above. And both King City and Big Sur pretty close to normal. So we were a lot closer to normal than June. In fact, most locations had cooler average temperatures this month or in July than they did in June. So June was a hot month here on the Central Coast. It was a lot closer to normal in July. We had low clouds on the coast like we should have. It felt more like a typical summer around here. So what about moving forward? Well, at the moment we're looking at temperatures into the 60s in Salinas, Watsonville, 70s in Santa Cruz, inland area 70s, 80s, still a few hot spots in the south, so it's still a pretty mild day out there. And with the extra moisture in the air from the monsoon nearby, we've had some relatively warm overnight lows as well. That does add into those average temperatures being warmer than normal. So not too bad out there tonight, pretty mild as we get through the overnight hours. We do have low clouds out there. They're going to thicken up and swirl around the bay eventually, filling into Santa Cruz late tonight. I think you'll have mostly clear skies for a while in Santa Cruz. South side of the bay, different story. Watch out for areas of reduced visibility, meaning some fog possible as we head out the door tomorrow morning. I know folks heading back to school still, and we're going to be dealing with some areas that might be harder to see, so just take it easy on the way out the door. Now, as far as the monsoon moisture is concerned, we had some drier air move in today. We'll be on the leading edge of some more moisture tomorrow, so I expect some high clouds to show up, and the model even showing up some mid-level clouds showing up over our southern Diablo range tomorrow afternoon, showing that there is a little instability in the atmosphere. Maybe enough on Friday to get a couple showers going over the eastern hills in our coverage area. So I actually did add some rain chances to the forecast in the 7-day, which we'll show you in a moment. In the meantime, dry conditions expected to the coast tomorrow, with the exception of any drizzle we can squeeze out of the low clouds. And tomorrow afternoon, we'll hold on to some low clouds on the south and east sides of the bay, and they'll fill back in tomorrow night. Let's get to some temperatures now for you on your Thursday. Here is what I am forecasting out there. How about some 90s showing up in Boulder Creek and Ben Lomond, upper 80s, Felton, Scotts Valley. Mid-70s downtown Santa Cruz, still pretty warm there. Just above average for this time of year. 70 in Capitola. East shore of the bay ranging from the 70s in Aptos to the 60s in Marina. We'll be in the low 70s from Watsonville to Salinas. Mid-80s in Hollister. 90s in the Santa Clara Valley. Around the Monterey Peninsula, we will see highs in the mid to upper 60s. So maybe even a little cool for this time of year. We will have the low clouds hanging around. And then down south, we'll see a pretty wide variety of temperatures, I should say, with upper 70s in Carmel Valley and Gonzales, to upper 80s in King City, to upper 90s in our southern and higher valleys. So over the next 7, here's what we've got. I did warm our forecast back up a little bit, both on the coast and inland over the next 7 days. I think the air mass is going to stay pretty warm. I got kind of faked out by a deep trough showing up in the models yesterday, and did cool us down. But this is what I've got going forward. We're back in the 70s on average on the coast through the weekend. We will have low clouds at times, though, so places like Pacific Grove, Marina, yeah, you're more likely to see those clouds, whereas Santa Cruz, yeah, you're going to be looking at sunshine during the afternoons on most days. We might see a little bit of an increase in breezy conditions out of the weekend, but nothing too crazy. Inland areas, there is that isolated chance of thunderstorms. And I know that's a huge, scary-looking icon, but I want to put some perspective in that for you. In that my estimate is that we'll have a chance over the Diablo Range and maybe the Chelan Hills in southeastern Monterey County. So a weak disturbance is just going to kind of skim by the area on Friday, and it could bring a few thunderstorms. So we're watching that pretty closely, obviously because of the lightning threat. And all the while, being under the monsoon moisture plume, we still have a very background threat of like 5% storms any possible day, but we're looking for anything that might indicate that that's going to be a higher likelihood. And I see something in that on Friday, Phil.
All right, Dan.